I used to believe that people's personalities were engraved into their DNA. I believed good people are born good and bad people are born bad. I thought one's temperament was just passed through genetics, like how addictions can be. I never really believed that one's environment and the people in it could help someone form their personality. But there are some exceptions. A lot of factors go into my personality, but a major contributor is my pal, Izzy Pokies. Not only has she verbally taught me lessons, but as I observed her and the way she presented herself, I began to sort of imprint off of her. For starters, Izzy is understandable. She's also truthful, but in an easygoing way. Last but not least, Izzy is incredibly reliable. My relationship with Izzy has been crucial for making me the slightly more mature, grown-up person I am today. From the first day I met Izzy, our relationship has continued to grow, and our compatibility is pretty clear to see if you're watching close enough. Izzy and I first met in swim. We weren't one of those people who immediately clicked at first, whether that being caused from us being so young, or the fact of a more sheltered front, meaning that we don't open up from the first conversation. It's so, taking that into consideration, it took me a while to realize how weird Izzy was. Once, when we were rinsing off after a painful morning of summer swim, and Izzy's shampoo started leaking into her eyes. Unlike any other normal, average Joe kind of person, she just flicked it out and continued with her day like nothing happened, because in reality, nothing did happen. No, not Izzy. She started convulsing and running back and forth, screaming, and I was like, what the heck is happening? And she eventually slipped and fell onto the sopping floor, which is full of any disease imaginable. After witnessing all of that, I just knew I had to be her friend. Not only do we have similar senses of humor, we're also compatible through our taste in music. From Kung Fu Panda to Kanye West, a majority of our time spent together is listening to and singing music. Aside from that, Izzy and I connect on a more personal level. At first, we may come off as quiet. This isn't because we're truly shy, we just need to explore the personality and mind of whoever we're socializing with in order to feel truly comfortable. It took a while, but we slowly peeled away layers of each other's psychological makeup and helped each other develop into the confident people we are today, rather than masking it like we always accidentally do. While I value the fact that Izzy and I share many similarities, it's her unique traits that make her such a good friend. One of the most impactful characteristics about Izzy is that she is straightforward, but in the nicest way possible. In other words, she is mercifully honest, meaning that if I step out of line, I could ask her, am I being irrational? And she would reply, oh, for sure. There are often times where I get into fights with other friends and come back to Izzy for a second opinion. Izzy is never biased when analyzing the situation. This is incredibly helpful and makes me more self-aware when I'm upset, or how I act when I'm upset. One of the most memorable things Izzy has taught me is that you just can't win them all. Or, sometimes, I'm just chilling, living my life, and people start roasting the heck out of me. Izzy always manages to stop me from retaliating with a higher degree burn and tells me just to leave it because it won't matter within a week. It's just so easy to get caught up in all the petty fights in high school, considering all the hormones and teenage angst that fill the halls. Thanks to Izzy's advice, I try and keep in mind that some subjects aren't worth dwelling on and to focus on more positive things. Another strong virtue of Izzy's is her reliability. I've counted on Izzy for a lot of small things like giving me constant rides to and from practice, spotting me McDonald's money, and being one of the few people I trust to proofread my essays. If I need someone to talk to, Izzy will always make time to listen. For instance, last year I was really struggling with this lit essay. Probably because I put it off until the day before I was due, but that doesn't matter. But what made it worse was that I was on the same week of exams, so it was super chaotic. I hit her up, only wanting her to read my essay, but instead she invited me over and helped me immensely. I got a very in-depth response with lots of encouragement and critiques, all while she had the responsibility to study for a Calc 2 test. I ended up getting a pretty close to perfect score. Even if I don't have parents to make time for me, I know Izzy will always be there to show guidance. Izzy and I's friendship is a primal factor for making me the slightly more mature, grown-up person I am today. Izzy has a personality that will always make me feel relatable. She gives honest criticism, but never forgets to validate me as a person either. I can always rely on her, whether that be in the form of a ride to practice or helping me solve a mid-teen crisis. I know that I wouldn't be the same without her, and I appreciate everything that she's done for me. William Shakespeare says it best, "A friend is one that knows you as you are, understands where you have been, accepts what you have become, and still gently allows you to grow."